Pokemon is one of the most successful companies in the world, and without a doubt, a lot of people would probably agree that a lot of its success came from when it came to the US. However, what if I told you that whenever Nintendo was thinking of bringing this shit to America, they had a different plan in mind? What if in one of the 14,605 realities that Doctor Strange saw that there was a different version of Pikachu being made so that way it could appeal the audience? Well, hold on to your dicks for this one, because turns out in a recent interview with Nintendo of America, the original design for Pikachu when he was being brought to the US, he was supposed to be like a cat-like creature with huge tits. I don't know what the fuck they were going off on. I'm assuming that when they thought of this, it was probably during the Lion King craze, like the original animated movie, when you see the fucking "Can You Feel the Love Tonight" segment, where you see like Nala looking down, looking all seductive and shit. That's probably what they were thinking, because they think like the furries are gonna enjoy the fuck out of this. It's an interesting take. That probably would have changed the course of Pokemon forever, and I'm glad they didn't. I think seeing Pikachu as a cat-like creature with giant boobs would be a weird sight to see, considering everything we've known with Pokemon. I can't even imagine the fundamentals of it. Like, if they're fighting and Ash Ketchum pulls out Pikachu and says to use a Thunderbolt, does Pikachu just grab their titties and just shoots lightning at their fucking nipples? Like, I couldn't imagine anything else. Hell, I bet if they went with that, Ash probably would not have kept him as a Pikachu. They probably would have evolved him to Raichu to see how big his tits would have gotten. Hell, I bet even Professor Oak, being the cuck professor that he is, would have just added Pikachu to the starting lineup of every game. And instead of going to all the mothers of the kids he gave Pokemon to, he'd probably just keep a Pokemon for himself, just so that way he can just fuck around with it. There's just a lot of lore that could have potentially been changed with this decision in mind. Still though, that didn't stop people all over the world. They still found a way to make all these Pokemon goonable. It's all in Rule 34. You could probably just go look up any Pokemon and you'll see what I mean. But damn, I'm really glad that they did not go through with this. This would have been a horrible idea. I'm also wondering who the hell pitched the idea. Like, if you're in the boardroom and you're with like a bunch of other people and you're discussing how you want to bring Pokemon over to the US, you gotta think, maybe we should make it more sexually appealing. Let's give this rat some boobs, some big thighs maybe, and maybe for their evolution they just start walking around and start an OnlyFans or something. It's shit like that makes me worry. But the worst part of it is, this is a fucking kids game. You were gonna have kids like look at all this weird shit and think, oh, we're gonna play this on the schoolyard, we're gonna play it like on our Game Boys at like family events, it's gonna be great. No, it's a fucking children's game, which I would argue is up for debate at this point, because I don't know any younger people who play Pokemon anymore. It's all just fucking adults, scalpers, and collectors who have too much money to spend that they just collect everything and don't even play it. It's not even a fucking game anymore. They just collect the cards and don't even use them for anything. So I guess they kind of got that right. In the future, Pokemon never became like for kids anymore. It's just so adults can be happy that they have a certain card and they can brag about it to everyone. And I guess the other thing that people are probably thinking about is, what's the male version of Pikachu gonna look like? If the female one had like a giant bust, then what the hell is the male one gonna have? It kind of scares the fuck out of me. I'm glad we dodged that bullet. Hell, you know what? I wonder if someone actually made like the Pokemon card for this design and it's just like sitting in storage somewhere. They didn't want to talk about it. They already made the card, but it's just collecting dust, waiting for someone to rediscover it like it's a fucking time capsule. If people found that shit out, that card, if it's official, would go for probably millions of dollars. It'd be like the first Gooner card of the century. But I don't play Pokemon, so I wouldn't really know. I don't really know the fundamentals of it. So I wonder how they would play it. Like, there would have to be new tournament rules saying that if you use Pikachu, you have up to 1 seduction point or something like that. Probably get out like a new energy card. There would just have to be like a whole uproot of the game system that you'd have to go through, and there'd probably be a lot more tournaments this day and age, because all the tournaments I see are for fucking Yu-Gi-Oh! And Magic the Gathering. So I don't know how things would go. I'm just glad we didn't give the Rule 34 artists any fodder. I mean, it's already kind of ruined with stuff like Lopunny or I guess Gardevoir, but Jesus Christ, don't underestimate the imagination of people when it comes to Pokemon, because they are fucking wild. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I saw this and I thought it was really funny, so I wanted to talk about it. But yeah, on that though, that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching. Hope you all enjoyed. Talk to you later. See ya.